Hello and welcome to New Hampshire's #1 sports podcast, where that's not what we're doing today. That is not Tim staring at me on the Zoom screen. That is Jack. It's the week of opening day. I actually don't know what to say for this intro because seriously, I almost just played It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, but I don't know how copyright laws work on YouTube and
let's not risk it.
Podcasting for Spotify, so we're just not going to do it. We're here, Jack. It is Monday, March 27th, and the baseball season starts on Thursday, March 30th. What a week to be alive.
Yeah, this is great. You're right. It's the best time of the year. Watching the kind of last games for the Red Sox in the spring as they kind of set their lineup and what they want to do as everybody heads north to colder weather. I can't wait.
I was so bummed the other day. I think it was Saturday. Just like, I'm a little tired. I get Thea down for a nap. Allie's off doing her side gig of doing she does flowers. Check out Lily and Poppy Flowers on Instagram. And I get a buzz on my phone that the Red Sox are playing the Rays in the Trop. And I think Kluber was pitching because it was his last warm-up. And I'm like, yes, let's do this. And not one starter in the lineup.
No, they really, yeah. I did the same thing where I get like the notification from MLB, the app, when the lineup's set, and I looked at it and I went, oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's okay. We survived a Saturday because it was Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, I did watch Kluber pitch.
Oh, I watched Jurassic Park. It was just on like the next channel, and I was like, well, where are we? And they were going through the Triceratops poop, and then the power went out, and you just can't turn Jurassic Park off at that point.
Yeah. That's Sam Neill's fault.
Right. Well, and Jeff Goldblum, so handsome. Well, Jack, let's talk about those Red Sox as we get ready.
Let's do it.
I don't think it's been completely solidified their roster yet. I don't think they've announced the actual roster, but thanks to our friends over at Fangraphs, I highly recommend buying the ad-free membership because it is so fast and there are no ads, and it's a beautiful thing, as Eck would say.
A lot of Eck comments out here.
Yeah, Jack, I already miss them.
Yeah.
I got to get used to a new guy. I'll be honest. Will Middlebrooks might grow on me, but I think he's still in the I talk too much because I'm new phase. Which
yeah, I like Middlebrooks. He's got good stories.
Yeah,
he's
sure.
Got a nice.
I was just gonna say, I think it's a reps thing. I think people that think they can just sit up there and talk about baseball don't understand how hard the job is. The like fine line of talking too much and not talking enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're going to get into this here in a moment, but we're going to have a lot of time here for Dave O'Brien and Youkilis and Middlebrooks to vamp during this season. Pitch clock is going to speed the games up, but, it's in the eye of the beholder if any of these games are going to have any meaning past the All-Star break. So,
right. So we are going to get to our
Hopefully he does. I like Middlebrooks has that kind of southern slow tone that kind of goes good with baseball.
Yeah, you always did love a southern gentleman. Okay, Jack. So let's just talk here. Right now, based on Fangraphs, we have, and from what Alex Cora said, the lineup is looking like Verdugo in right, Devers at third, Turner DHing.
You're going to go through 1 through 9 too, right? Is this 1 through 9?
Yeah.
You're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is crazy. So this is how Fangraphs has it projected. I guess this is against a right-handed pitcher, so it could change, but majority of pitchers are right-handed. So Verdugo in right, Devers in third, Turner, DH, Yoshida in left, batting cleanup. I think Cora came out and said that that's happening.
Yep.
Duvall in center, Tristan Casas, who was announced yesterday, is breaking camp with the team, like obviously, but it's nice to know it. It's nice that they told him. and told us. Then we have Christian Arroyo at second, Reese McGuire catching, and everyone's favorite Kike Hernandez, shortstop, batting last. That's
Wow.
the projected lineup against a righty for Fangraphs, and that could obviously change.
Right. So pretty much everybody we thought was going to be there. The only guys that aren't there that we can kind of talk about are Alfaro, Tapia, and I know Mondesi's hurt, but yeah, I mean, there's no.
That's the projected bench. The projected bench right now is Alfaro, Dahlbeck,
Yeah.
Snyder, and Tapia.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense then. No Duran who's in camp or who's going to break with Worcester. Which again is fine. I think Tapia gives you more flexibility with your lineup, especially with like a bat. So yeah, no real surprises there. Again, like you said, I'm happy that they told Casas that he wasn't. If he didn't break camp with them, that'd be a serious problem because he's having a pretty great spring in 52 at bats. He has 18 hits for a 346 average. He has, 3 homers, 9 RBIs, and a 397 OBP. He deserves to be the starting first baseman of this team.
Yes, he had a monster walk-off the other night, which was really funny because he smoked it walk-off, and then the reaction was also just like, yes, we get to go home. It wasn't like
it was that is funny. Spring training walk-offs are funny.
But watching him just completely turn on it was the best.
So a couple of guys here that really kind of stood out. When Devers got back from the World Baseball Classic, he was all business in spring training.
Mm-hmm. He smoked one yesterday.
And after he got back from his, shot in the face, Justin Turner's been ripping the cover off the ball as well too.
Oh man.
So there are some good things. Like I'm never not going to tell you that I'll be excited to watch Rafi Devers bat. Like I'm just going to be excited about that. So there are things here to get excited about. And then Cora putting Yoshida fourth, that's him saying, hey man, I watched you play in big ball games. I know you can knock in runs when we need you to. So I'd say if I had one question mark over the whole entire season, it's Adam Duvall. So that's my big question mark, I think, is what is Adam Duvall going to do, period. Because I'm not 100% sold on his center fielding. So I hope he makes it up with the bat.
Yeah, I mean, again, that was just projected against a righty. I don't know. I can see him maybe finishing the season being like a 7 hole.
I mean, he is a right-handed batter, isn't he?
Yeah. So you're gonna move him.
Yeah.
I guess you would actually expect him to do better against lefties, but I don't know. I'm just saying, like, we've seen how Casas can hit, and I don't know if he stays behind Adam Duvall the whole season. And I'm not against this. You know what? Look at where your team's projected. Let's fucking mess with stuff. Let's get weird. People pushing for Casas to lead off because of how he approaches an at bat, I'm all for it.
Sure.
The downside is then, like, you do think he's projected to, like, eventually hit 30-something home runs, but let him get the at-bats right now.
So my least favorite thing about the spring was that they just kept putting his 25 or 27 games stats where he batted 197 up. Like the whole spring, it just said he hit 197 last year. I was like, throw out the spring training stats, man. Give the kid a break.
Yeah, that's the worst. I think it's well documented that when a guy gets very little plate appearances as a rookie, it's kind of not fair to judge him. Ergo, Mike Trout playing 40 games and hitting 220 when he was in 2011. I think I'm not comparing Casas to Mike Trout. I'm just saying how hard it is for a rookie to succeed. I mean, you have obviously like the J-Rods and the Acuñas and stuff like that, but that's a whole season.
Right. I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask, did Bobby Dahlbeck make the team, or is he projected to make the roster?
it's projected, and it's honestly something that I want to say, like, why? We know what he is. But I just don't, that one doesn't make sense to me.
No.
So you're getting a corner infielder to spell Turner and Devers and Casas, but it's like there isn't another one. Oh, it's just I'm hoping eventually there's like the change of scenery trade for Bobby Dahlbeck. He needs it. The Red Sox need it. Just change of scene.
Well, the Red Sox, I think the Red Sox need a reliever more than they need Bobby Dahlbeck to feel comfortable wherever he's playing. Because he's not the first baseman anymore.
No.
There's Justin Turner and Tristan Casas should both be the first baseman over Bobby Dahlbeck. And he just never panned out to what everybody thought he was going to be. Had the hottest springs in the world, but they couldn't do anything when it went into real time major leaguers changing up location and speeds on him.
Yeah. And then looking at the rotation, we have Kluber, Sale, Houck, Cutter Crawford, Nick Pivetta. That's how it shakes out for the first 5 games based on how it, the spring went.
Yep.
And Chad Jennings had an article basically saying the Red Sox know they're starting the season with help on the way. Because if you are in Jack's area, if you're in the Central Mass area, buy tickets for Polar Park on the 31st
Friday
and watch Garrett Whitlock pitch.
I already got mine, so I'll be there signing autographs for the Never Worse. Oh yeah.
I'm so jealous. I can't say I'm jealous about that. I already have a date to go to the Fisher Cats in April.
Yeah, the ballpark being 9 minutes away from the house is really convenient.
I just can't believe that happened.
And it's a 4:00 game too, so that means I can give my son dinner there and then come home and it'll still be just time for bed.
And light out. Because they have the pitch clock, which the Red Sox played a 2 hour and 7-minute game yesterday.
Yep. Perfect. Just perfect. A
2 hour and 7-minute game, a Red Sox game ending at 9 o'clock at night for me, I legit wouldn't know what to do. I'd like, well, who's pitching in the 8 o'clock games? It's just
it is going to do something. What I actually think that I'm afraid that Major League Baseball is going to say halfway through, like, all right, we've had a bunch of these 2 hour and 10-minute games that advertisers are not making nearly as much money on. So that's what's going to scare me. And they're going to try to push it out for money. But
but at the same time, the advertisers are there. The commercials are still 2 minutes long. Like that's been the thing for like the last 8 years.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I mean, when an inning goes on for 25 minutes and there's 5 other commercial breaks there.
Yeah.
Which is not going to happen anymore. Which, believe me, I'm perfectly fine with a 2 hour baseball game because it's just going to open up your whole night. It's going to open up your whole night.
Also the fact that, say it's a 2 hour baseball game, Jack. Say it's 2 hours 15 minutes, and say by the grace of the basketball gods, the Celtics get back to the NBA Finals. The Red Sox will be done before the Celtics start. What? I mean, it's the 3rd time I've said it since the Zoom call. What a beautiful thing.
Yeah. But anyways, back to Worcester. I don't know if you said it, but Garrett Whitlock is going to start opening day for Worcester. He does seem to be ready. They just want him to get one more start and have the hip feel out. I think he'll be back on the rotation by mid-April.
Yeah. Him, and then you have Bayo, which for Bayo, to me, just kind of take it slow. Let him get up there, let him build it up.
Everybody wants him to start and be 23-year-old Pedro. That's probably not going to happen. So if he needs to come up in May or June when he's ready and has dominated Worcester a bunch, so that I can see him there for $9, that's perfectly fine.
Just so everyone knows, 23-year-old Pedro went 14-10, had 174 strikeouts and a 3. Where is his ERA? They don't just put Oh, there it is. 3.5. Pretty damn good for 23. And then 4 years later.
That was in 1995. I watched the Foolish Baseball Pedro video again last night because I
because he's so
I
good.
watch it. I watch it twice a year.
Yeah, I say yeah a lot. I gotta cut that out, That's the feedback I've been getting from myself because I listen to these
Yeah,
podcasts. Yo, that's what I'll switch to.
great.
And then the other unknown thing that we're not relying on, but it is out there is James Paxton. But
Yeah.
that's just another
Okay.
guy. Hey, Jack, you could go catch James Paxton and give us some feedback at Polar Park.
I think instead of Big Maple, it should be the Big Sap. Should be his nickname.
Oh, shout out Brian Saponaro, new kid.
Oh, that's not who I was shouting out, but yeah, okay.
um, well, he has a kid now, so he's the Big Sap. Anyways, no one gets that reference except Murph and Sap, which luckily enough, they're one of our 6 listeners.
Yeah.
Tim doesn't even listen.
Nope.
Our own employee. I say employee very loosely. The other thing is projected on the start on the IL. You mentioned Alberto Mondesi, Trevor Story, and Connor Wong. Connor Wong is more likely to make an appearance, the most likely to make an appearance first. But
yeah,
I think we both love Alfaro. I hope Alfaro takes over the duties. That all depends though on if Sale or Bayo is comfortable with Reese McGuire, then it'll be Reese McGuire.
Yeah.
It was just really heartbreaking yesterday to see Christian Vasquez up there, and then you look at his stats and he hit 275 as a catcher, and you're like, I really like the guys they got for him, but I wish they threw some cash at him for free agency. Because if you're going to spend $230 million, why not field a competitive team? But that is for the rest of the season. Jack, what we're going to do now, take a quick break, and then we're going to do our big preview.
There you go. Let's go around the horn.
Jack, we are back from break, and we just got some news about the Boston Red Sox that Yu Chang and Connor Wong is not going to start on the IL, sorry. Wong and Yu Chang have made the team, and Bobby Dahlbeck and Jorge Alfaro have been sent to Worcester, which I'm fine with the Dahlbeck piece, but Alfaro don't quite get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. That's a strange move. Again, I don't think that Bobby Dahlbeck has a future at the Red Sox, so I definitely see that. I didn't see his name up. I could check right now. I don't know that Connor Wong he's played in 3 games and has had 5 at bats. I guess he's ready.
He's ready, or Chaim Bloom is saying, I am making something out of this Mookie trade.
Yeah, okay.
Your boy Chris Cotillo with the break. The Wong thing, Wong doesn't necessarily do it for me. But Yu Chang had a great WBC. He's that utility guy on the bench that I didn't think they needed out of Bobby Dahlbeck, which is good. So I guess we're 1 for 1 there, or 1 in 1. So there you go. That's the backup catcher and the utility corner infielder for the Red Sox. So we'll just move on to the promised preview here. We're going to pick the division winners. Then we will say is it 3 wild card teams now? Is that where we're at? We're at 3 wild card teams.
Is that right?
Wow. Yeah, because only the first seed gets a bye.
Yeah, there's 6 teams. Yep.
Okay, so we'll pick those, even though I kind of don't have, that's a crapshoot. But then we'll give who we think will win MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year. So, Jack, who do you think is going to win the American League East?
Oh, as every year that I have to pick them, I hate to say their names. It's real Voldemort situation. The New York Yankees are going to win the American League East.
Uh yes, I agree. So that one just doesn't taste good. They added a
Mm-mm,
very good
mm-mm.
pitcher in Carlos Rodon.
Very good.
Uh and
They
they
also
have
signed back the AL MVP, the reigning AL MVP, who set the American League record in home runs.
yeah.
And he still plays in a very potent offensive line box in a very tiny little stadium.
So I heard a very good I don't like dislike Judge, which it seems strange being the Yankees' best player, but I don't.
Sure.
Although, as a little troll job, I did hear on another podcast once that instead of saying the AL record, which it is, but he set the Yankee record, just as like a little take it away, because like Yankee fans they say, well, he didn't use steroids, so it's the real record. Um, but it's not. I
No.
think it was foolish baseball. I saw on Twitter said, "Congratulations to Aaron Judge. What a great season for falling 8 home runs short of the all-time major league record."
Yeah.
It's true.
Well,
Or
it's
I guess
not.
it's
It's
like
11.
11. Yeah.
But yeah. There, speaking on foolish baseball bits, we're big fans, but he also brings up that Aaron Judge did play in a much more hitter friendly ballpark than, let's say, Barry Bonds did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so just a lot of different things. Barry Bonds was also intentionally walked 60 more times than Aaron Judge was. So, there's different things, but we can get into it.
Right. Right. But we won't.
We're not
Okay,
gonna,
Jack. Who
but they're
is
gonna win.
yes. Yes. Who's your pick for the AL Central?
The AL Central is gonna be tough, I think, but I think it's gonna be the Guardians. I want to pick the White Sox. I like the White Sox, but I just think that the Guardians just have a more, like, I guess, grown up team where they can win harder games than the White Sox can.
Okay. Okay. For no other reason than I think all these let's just say you want to face the AL Central when it comes to the playoffs. I think
Uh-huh.
that's how I'll put it. The strength of that division, and I love Terry Francona. I love Jose Ramirez. That team overachieved, I think, last year. So I'm gonna say, fuck it. Why not the Twins?
Okay.
Just why not? No
Sure.
rhyme or reason because all of them are going to be in like the 86, 87 win range, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Fangraphs has their 2023 projections for the AL Central to win that division at 82 wins.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So I was generous. And they get to play the Tigers a bunch, but not as much. Not as much. It is very important to note that
That's right.
now every team plays every team. So you have less games against your division, which means no more 19 games against the Yankees, which all start at fucking 8 o'clock for some reason instead of 7 and last 4 hours. That's over.
Definitely none of that.
So, Jack, a pretty exciting division, the AL West.
Yep. The Astros are going to win it, though.
I agree.
The Astros are going to win it. However, this is where I'm going to get spicy.
Well,
And I'm
don't
going
do
to
what
say
you did it last year with this division.
I did. But
Go
I'm
ahead.
just so juiced up over the World Baseball Classic that the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are going to make the playoffs this year. And we're going to see a healthy Mike Trout and a healthy Shohei Ohtani playing meaningful baseball games to bookend the year.
I mean, I'd love it. And with the new pitch clock, there's a legit chance of watching all of Ohtani's outings because if he pitches 5, 6 innings, that could be done in
Yeah,
an
you
hour
just
and a
got to
half.
get on that. You just got to get on that condensed game the next day.
Yeah, but I like to. Yeah, I kind of like to feel the flow of it.
Sure. Yeah, I get you.
Okay, Jack. National League Eastern Division.
Are we going to do our wild card teams for that?
Oh yeah, we can do it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do it like that. Okay, who are your wild card teams?
I have the Angels,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have the Toronto Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
And to tell you the truth, I'm really it's a 50-50 ball between the Rays and the Mariners because I think the Mariners are going to be good and build on last year.
Okay, Jack. Well, that coin has to land somewhere.
All right, I'll go with the Rays.
Okay. Let's see. Let's marinate on this. I think yes, the Blue Jays as well. I think because of the weakness in the division, I'm gonna say Cleveland. And I think only one out of the AL West. God, you know what? That's tough. God, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Wow, struggling. Actually, one out of the AL West, and that's the Astros. I'm going to say Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay, Cleveland, and Toronto for me.
Yeah. Well, the way this shakes out, I mean, there are the odds to give them the Yankees, Blue Jays, and Rays are 80, 71, and 61% to make the playoffs. So
Yeah, I just think unfortunately they get those three teams get to beat up on the Red Sox and the Orioles. I think the Orioles slip back even further. I think they have done serious damage to their team by making that park a fake video game park now.
speaking of a fake video game, I was playing a video game the other day against the Orioles and I hit a double down the left field line and I remembered, oh yeah, that's right. They ruined their entire park and franchise.
Right, that you went to and you were obsessed with.
Yeah.
Everyone that goes to that stadium is obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Or
And
used
then
to
they
be.
really ruined it.
Okay, now we can switch to the senior circuit, as they say.
Mm.
What do you got for the NL East?
I have the if they didn't lose Timmy Trumpets in the WBC, I'd say the Mets were going to beat the Braves, but I think the Braves have too much. Like way too much.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you on that one. I actually, I
And I
have,
understand that the Phillies made the World Series from this division last year, but
yeah, but it's the regression unless you're built kind of like the Astros, Yankees, and Dodgers. Like it happens. If you
the
the
Phillies could
Phillies,
be built like that.
yeah, they could be, but I'm just saying that last year, if they don't have that incredible comeback against the Cardinals, they're probably out in that wild card round. So, I mean, that's easy to say this far removed, but I don't know. I just think the Braves have just completely built a monster, and they've done it smartly, re-signing.
Develop and sign.
They have this incredible roster of guys that they brought up, and then they just trade and get Sean Murphy to catch for them.
Yeah.
What happened to TBS Superstation? Where's that? When they would just show the games every
when they were on the TBS Superstation, they were winning, 12 division titles in a row.
Yeah, and look out for that for the next couple of years because they built quite the roster. All right, Jack, NL Central.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
Ooh, Jackie.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You always love to see the Brew Crew mixed in there.
Sure. And I still love their pitching. I love their pitching staff and their rotation and their bullpen.
Wow.
I think it's a little better than St. Louis. I think the St. Louis lineup is better, but I think the Milwaukee pitching staff is better.
Okay. I'm just surprised. I don't know why. I see you as like you're a huge Arenado guy.
Sure.
But anyways, I'm gonna pick St. Louis. Kind of there. I agree with you that every year I look at the Cardinals and they're doing well, and I'm like, but who's their best pitcher?
Yeah, that's
Mikolas,
weird.
Jack Flaherty. I mean, Wainwright just isn't it. Wainwright throws 86 miles an hour.
Wainwright
Great career.
did his best to get all the other opposing WPC teams ready for their game by throwing them batting practice.
It was, I understand. I don't know. I don't know if he wanted, I don't know why he just didn't go out with his catcher, his like lifelong catcher last year. That would have been
Yeah.
cool. But I don't know why. I just feel like every August the Cardinals just start playing awesome baseball.
It'll happen.
And
It'll definitely happen. But I tell you what, there's no other teams in this division.
mm-mm.
This is a straight up bad division of baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, you can only no, it's always such a bummer because no one loves playing like a midweek 1 o'clock game than the Pirates. And
Yeah.
it's every so often like you can like tune in and it's Walker Bueller pitching. But otherwise it's like I don't know if I can watch Reds
Well,
Pirates have the final score
oh,
be 7-5.
at least the Reds have an exciting player. The Reds have Hunter Green, who you like every fifth day you want to go watch him throw the ball 100 to 105 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
But the Pirates, Cubs, and Reds as a whole, just
Yeah, not the best. Okay, Jack, and now the NL West, which is I'm interested to see where you go with it.
just the Los Angeles Dodgers, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be the Los Angeles Dodgers. Because here's what's gonna happen: the Giants are always better than everybody thinks. The Fangraphs right now has them projected to as a 41% to make the playoffs. They'll just be there at the end. They play in a huge stadium. If they get pitchers hot for a couple of months, they'll be able to win games in that division and keep pace. The Padres are as streaky as a team as can humanly be, where they will be the hottest team in the world 1 month, and then they can't buy a win for the other months. But it's just the Dodgers. They'll get there and then they'll lose in the first or second round of the playoffs, like they always do.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake it up. The streaks of winning divisions can only go so I guess technically the Giants broke it when they won 107 games and the Dodgers won 106. So it's not a huge streak, but I kind of see San Diego doing a similar thing that you just described where okay, they stay hot. San Diego, they finally did it. They put together this monster team, crazy payroll, huge stars, and then they lose like in the division round to the Cardinals.
So yeah, they have almost an 85% chance of making the playoffs, which is, I mean, I get there's 6 teams, but that's such a high percentage to do a baseball team making the playoffs.
Yeah, especially Tatis still has 20 games to serve, so we'll see. And then I don't know, Xander Bogaerts got some cortisone in his wrist. It's not starting off great.
Yeah,
but...
I never heard that. I never heard that when he was in Boston, but apparently that's business as usual for him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He said it happens every spring.
Oh, I mean, he fell on his wrist and hip last year, and he had no power after it. But yeah, I'll take the Padres just to change it up, so we're not pretty chalk and the same here. Also, I just think they will be good. They're not going to.
They're gonna come up in my award mentions for sure. Boy.
Okay, so who are your 3 wildcard teams?
Well, I think the Padres and Giants will make up 2 of them.
I'm a little surprised at how hot you are on the Giants.
I just think they're always good. They're never bad. They're never towards the end of the division. But then I mean, listen, nobody the winner from the NL Central is making it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I then think it's going to be some combination of Mets, Phillies, Dodgers, Giants after that. And just for this, I'll say I'm going to leave the Mets off, and I'm going to say Phillies, Dodgers, Giants.
Wow. Phillies, Dodgers, Giants. I'm surprised, but I'll take it. Yeah. I got no use for the Oh boy, can you hear my dogs?
No.
My dogs are freaking out. But anyways, I got no use for the Mets, but I think they're gonna make it. And then I'll say the Dodgers because I didn't pick them to win the division. And uh I'll go Phillies also. So I guess the only difference between us is Mets and Giants, but otherwise we kind of have all the same National League teams.
Yeah. Well, I have the Brewers too.
Oh, right. All right. So let's go with what are your picks for? Let's just do an overall World Series pick. We don't have to break down the division the bracket. Just who do you think?
Okay, good. Yeah. I think that oh gosh. I'm gonna go with Braves over Yankees in 7.
God damn it, Jack, you took my pick for the winner. But I'm gonna get spicy here,
Oh boy.
and I think because of the extra games, I think the Blue Jays get hot with their bats, and I think the Braves beat the Blue Jays.
Okay. Mid 90s baseball at its early 90s baseball at its best.
So I just can't you see him getting in there, and then all of a sudden Vlad and Bichette
Oh
get
yeah, for
super
sure.
hot. And Manoa,
Yeah.
I love Manoa.
A horribly tough, such an underrated place to play too.
Yeah. So those are our picks. Actually, I mean, we both picked the Braves to win the World Series, which they're not going to now. But all right, who do you have for AL MVP?
AL MVP coming off what can only be described as the most frustrating performance of his career. I have Mike Trout just putting up stupid numbers this year. Like one of the ones where a season where you look back and go, "Oh, damn." Like that kind of Mike Trout year.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That'd just be the best. Um, I'm a big fan of his. I am. That's all I can say is I think he's great at baseball, and I think he gets a little, the situation sucks for him. I
Yep.
think in the American League, the winner is going to be. It's such a crapshoot. It's tough, but I think Jose Ramirez finally gets his love.
Wow.
I think he.
Okay.
So
Always the bridesmaid.
I always. I didn't. Did I pick them? I just think he'll have to make the playoffs, and if he wins it, that means the Guardians win the AL Central. So, but I just think eventually it's like one of those things where people start looking over time, people look at the numbers and they're like, do you really know how good Jose Ramirez is?
Yeah, I
So,
get that. I get
so
that.
all right, who's your AL Cy Young winner?
From the Toronto Blue Jays, Alek Manoah is my pick for Cy Young.
Again, I just said it. I like that guy a lot. Know what I like about him is he just throws a really hard fastball and then kills you with a slider.
Yep.
That's a good pick. I'm gonna say if he's healthy, I'm gonna say Shane McClanahan because I think the nerds get it.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
think
with both kind of there are two. Listen, there's one guy that I wanted to pick, and I wanted it to be a theme for my picks,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't. And now I'm seeing his name, and I'm happy with Manoah, but I'm actually kind of pissed I didn't remember to do this. But it's okay. And we're both glossing over Jacob deGrom moving to Texas.
Yeah, Jacob deGrom, pitch 150 innings for me.
Also, you know, Texas is not good.
No.
They weren't a good team last year when they spent $1 billion on their infield. And now they're just going to add DeGrom, who, like you just alluded to, guy can't stay on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you have for your AL Rookie of the Year?
My AL Rookie of the Year, I want to just go. I'm just going to go Tristan Casas. That's who I want to be the AL Rookie of the Year. And that's, I think that would be a little award for him to win.
Well, I can look at the odds. I can see some names. Anthony Volpe got called up. He's going to be the Yankee shortstop, which is just unfortunate that they have an awesome 21-year-old shortstop. Grayson Rodriguez is going to pitch for the Orioles this year. And, you got names. Gunnar Henderson had a good year for the Orioles in his call-up last year. But you know what, Jack? I watched one man completely dominate the World Baseball Classic, who is now the left fielder for your Boston Red Sox. And I'm going to take Masataka Yoshida because deep, deep down, we are disgusting homers.
Yeah. Well, I did pick Casas, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Your NL.
Now it's spice. Here comes my Lars Nootbaar pepper grinder spice now.
Oh, hold on. All right, I'm ready.
How many games does he have to serve? How many more games does Fernando Tatis has to serve before he comes back to baseball and is head and shoulders the best hitter in the National League? 20, you said?
Yeah.
And he's playing in AAA that whole time. Fernando Tatis is going to win the NL MVP.
Wow. There is your spice, folks. Jeez, we have...
That's my second year in a row picking Tatis. And I'm hoping that no PED suspension rips his whole entire season away. Because even in May, without a month, I think he's still capable of hitting over 40 home runs.
Yeah, I definitely think he's that good for sure. I am going to... God, I'm pissed you picked him because I'm going to pick his teammate. I'm going to say Manny Machado. Machado was fucking awesome in the World Baseball Classic. Would he come in second or third last year? And you know what's crazy? Is the best overall, if you think of contact, batter's eye, power, combination of a hitter, patience on the team is Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Those three players play for the same team.
Yeah. Adding in Xander Bogaerts now, too.
Right. So I'm going to say Machado. I guess my picks this year are, like you said, always the bridesmaids, because those two guys, Machado and Jose Ramirez, when their careers are done, you're going to be like, holy shit, what did I just watch?
Definitely more for Jose Ramirez, because I don't think anybody doesn't think Manny Machado is already like gunning for the Hall of Fame right now.
Right. And he's a little bit, people talk about him.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your NL Cy Young winner?
See, again, this was going to be my theme, which is just big old gas bags with trash stashes, and it's going to be Spencer Strider is going to be the Cy Young winner this year.
That's a really good.
And I wanted Manoah, but again, I was going to pick Dylan Cease from the White Sox, where it was just going to be two mustache bros bringing it high 90s and making people look foolish.
Well, it's hard to go against Spencer Strider because his nickname is Quadzilla, because his quads are so big.
He's got the 99 on his back now for Wild Thing Rick Vaughn. I mean, just likes to have fun. You don't see a guy gassing it up there that likes to have that much fun. That's a relief. So
I read
maybe in 3 years he'll be on the World Baseball team.
Maybe. He did come off an injury, so you can't blame him this year. He got hurt towards the end of the year last year, but I read an article on him that he is a two-pitch pitcher. He throws like 92% fastball slider. And it's like, here you go, fucking hit it. I dare you. But
he'll mix something else in there someday.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. He'll work on it because everything's science-based now. But yeah, that's a great pick. He's really, really good. And for my NL Cy Young winner, God, it might be chalky, but not really. Recently his extension talks got shut down, which makes it a walk year for him. I'm going to pick Aaron Nola.
Okay. Not really chalk at all.
Well, I'm only saying that because he led Fangraphs WAR for pitchers last year. So
Yeah, he's 7th highest odds right now.
So yeah,
it's not really.
I just
Spencer
like him.
Strider has better odds actually.
The thing is the walk year. Once I saw that it was a walk year for him, I was like, okay, I kind of like that. All right, who do you have for NL Rookie of the Year?
That's a great question. I don't know. To tell you the truth,
It's such a
I'm gonna
crapshoot.
pick Jordan Walker from the Cardinals.
Yeah, he just got called up.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
that's pretty much just because it's the freshest like bit of call up news. So
yeah, I'm gonna stick with the theme I had for the American League, and I'm gonna say you dominated the NPBL, so I'm gonna pick you, Kodai Senga, the pitcher for the Mets.
Yeah.
Because
that was another one.
We have a track record of you being good at professional baseball, so that's why I'm picking him.
I think last year I picked Suzuki because of that, and he just kind of, he had a big first month. But
well, I just read about him, and he was in the Fangraphs positional rankings. He was like incredibly good in August and September, but then the middle of the season wasn't great. So those are our picks. Oh, I have to stump you. Let's end here. I have to stump. Oh, I dropped a book. Great. I had a year in mind. Let me flip to it. Okay. Oh boy. This is hard to do one-handed. But I'm right about.
It's a big book.
There. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Ready, Jack?
Yeah.
Tiger reliever Willie Hernandez wins Cy Young and MVP honors.
Oh boy. Okay.
32 saves in 32 opportunities. Chicago's Ryan Sandberg wins the NL MVP award.
Okay.
Cub Rick Sutcliffe wins the Cy Young.
Yeah.
Only one to begin the year with another team. He was on Cleveland and then got traded to the Cubs.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep going? I have one that's a good, a good indicator of the year, especially
I know it. I think I know it, but I want one more.
Met Dwight Gooden is NL Rookie of the Year. Strikes out 276 batters.
1984.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Other notable things: Pete Rose gets his 4,000th hit. Reggie Jackson hits his 500th home run. Bruce Sutter ties an ML record with 45 saves.
Yeah.
And
did we get the Detroit Tigers win the World Series that year? 1984?
Yes. Yeah, okay. They beat Tony Gwynn's Padres. Tony Gwynn, all-time leader, San Diego State University assists. They're in the Final Four. They're all-time
first time around
basketball assist leader.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So there you go. End with that.
I love Tony Gwynn stats. That's the perfect way to end. How about we end and we'll be seeing some damn baseball be played this week.
Exactly. I was just going to say there's real baseball on Thursday. So it's going to be a little longer till we get back. We switched up the week with the Never Words and Baseball Night this week just because we need to get this preview done. So we'll be back our normal time. You'll see us immediately for this. But then you'll see us on Friday next week to take us into the weekend. So Jack, enjoy the baseball.
Play ball.